It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 3rd of January. I'm Michael Groff. Another beautiful day ahead. Temperatures up in the mid-60s. That's pretty close to where we ought to be for this time of year, albeit with increasing clouds. And that is a sign of things to come, because by later this afternoon and tonight, we'll start to see some showers making their way into the forecast area. And once those come on through, then cooler temperatures. In fact, get ready for the coolest weather we've had, not only this winter season, but maybe the coldest temperatures we've seen in several years around here over the next 5 to 7 days, with periods of unsettled weather. Still a lot of questions as to where, when, and how much precipitation there could be. So let's try and dive in and find those answers, as we often do here. Here's the almanac from yesterday. 66 degrees the afternoon high, 45 the morning low, and ding, 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 that's exactly where we ought to be for this time of year. As we take a look outside right now, 9:35 a.m., we've got some clouds beginning to come on in, high clouds out there. We're sitting at 52 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 35, humidity 54%. It's a light wind and the barometer steady. Upper-low weather pattern across the nation shows a little wave moving into the southeast U.S., and maybe a few little ice pellets as that rain begins across parts of Mississippi and Alabama in the central part of those states. But for the most part, it's just light rain, very cool temperatures down there. For us, we've got a system over the Great Basin that's making its way to the southeast. That will be our weather maker for later today and tonight. And then behind that, that will usher in the change in our weather, the much cooler temperatures for us, and those will be with us for a while. And the watch warning map, signs of things to come, with those winter weather advisories for northern Arizona, some winter storm warnings over parts of New Mexico, and scattered about through the west, winter weather conditions, some dense fog advisories, parts of Montana and over the Plains states. And here's the convective outlook for today. No organized areas of severe weather anticipated across the nation, but we could see a little thunder. At least the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, says we could see a little thunder here across parts of Arizona, including the Phoenix area. I would say that's a very limited threat, and we'll show you why in modeling in just a second, but still a possibility, I suppose. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix generally under 1/4 of an inch. We're not very optimistic on rainfall, unfortunately, as model trends continue to be a little bit less generous with precipitation, but there's still some questions and all of that. So we're going to get into it right now as we explore those models. Have a look. This is the GFS. It is the 06Z run. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. All right, there's our low pressure system coming into the west through the Great Basin, moving southeastward toward us. So what it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, increasing clouds, becoming mostly cloudy by this afternoon. High temperatures should top out in the mid-60s or so, about where we ought to be for this time of year. You do see that precipitation knocking on the door, though, by this afternoon. And so some rain for the Las Vegas Valley, up across northwest Arizona, a little high elevation snow as well. And then by tonight, that rain's coming on in here, and you want to know exactly when. I know people want the timing on all this, so let's try and find that out. This is a look at our HRRR. This is the High Resolution Rapid Refresh, one of our convective allowing models. This is at 8 p.m. tonight, our composite reflectivity, or simulated radar product. And about that time, it does have a band of showers coming into the Phoenix area. And we might even see a shower or two before this, but about 8 o'clock across western Maricopa, moving into the western part of the greater Phoenix area. And so this will probably be a very light precipitation event for the most part. People are asking about thunder. You saw the SPC had a risk of thunder for us, but if we look at the instability, this is the surface-based Cape at 8 p.m. with that rain band. I mean, it's just not there. There's a little bit across parts of western Arizona, but I mean, just no real Cape. That's convective available potential energy, the ability for air parcels to freely rise. It does not take much Cape in the cool season to produce thunder. There's just none here. But that doesn't mean we couldn't still hear a clap of thunder with this coming on through. Obviously, with low pressure and enough dynamics around, it could happen. But one thing about this is, either way, I just don't see this being a major rain event. It's going to move very quickly. This is a progressive system, and you can see off the HRRR by 1 a.m., this is gone. I mean, it's out of here. So maybe a window of, 3-4 hours of precipitation at most for us here in the Phoenix area tonight. Then that system will be moving on out. And behind it, cooler temperatures. Now, lows tonight will get down in the upper 30s in the cool pockets, low to mid 40s for the urban core. So, of course, all this is going to come down in the form of rain. Now, for the day tomorrow, after that's out of here, partly cloudy, it'll be cooler, highs mid to upper 50s. So temperatures, I'd say 7 to 10 degrees cooler than what we are seeing today. Let's go to Friday. Another follow-up wave is coming on the backside of this initial system here, and it's going to move through the four corners. What looked like maybe a sunny day for us on Friday is now maybe partly sunny. We'll see some high clouds around, no doubt about that. High temperatures, though, still anywhere from about 56 to 60. We go to Saturday, not looking like a bad day, really. Mostly sunny in the morning, some clouds coming in the afternoon. You see that system is off to the north and west of us, but the day here on Saturday looks dry. High temperatures near 60, so a little below average, but manageable. Now on Sunday, this is where the question marks in this forecast really come in, and this left me scratching my head, that's for sure, because we have been watching model trends showing this upcoming system tracking a little further to the north, being a little shallower of a feature with the base of the trough further to the north, which would yield less precipitation for us. And it would also mean maybe not quite as cold with temperatures around here. But very curiously, this is the 06Z operational run of the GFS, and it's back to kind of the old idea that we were looking at on Monday. And that is a very deep system now coming through here. And again, a deeper system with the cold core coming into northern Arizona. We're talking upper heights at 534 decameters in northern Arizona. The thickness line, you can see the thickness values, the 540 line is well south of Phoenix. So if that's right, the idea of backing off the precipitation chances on Sunday now seems to be off the table. And now we're looking at slightly better rain chances. I'm not ready to buy into either solution, really, so we're going to split the difference and go with about a 40 to 50% chance of seeing rain in here on Sunday. It would not be an all-day event, regardless of which feature plays out or which scenario plays out. Still, we'll call for some showers, breezy conditions. It will be a chilly day regardless, though. I'd say highs low to mid-50s. So cool day. And then in the wake of this system, or on the backside of this system, what's going to happen then is still anybody's guess too. Again, we had been showing maybe a few snowflakes all the way down into parts of the outskirts of the Phoenix metro area, say above 2,500, 3,000 feet. That could still theoretically happen on Sunday night as this system moves on through. Look, you got a sub 1,000 millibar surface low there. You've got very cold temperatures, pretty well mixed atmosphere. It is conceivable if we get a little convective driven shower or two, you might get a burst of snow down to 3,000 feet. Not out of the question. And people are asking in the comments about, oh, I live in Peoria, I live in Glendale. Look, if you're in the valley and you're below 2,500 feet, I'd say the chance of you seeing any snow out of this is none, or basically nothing. But if you're there in North Scottsdale, Carefree, Cave Creek, New River, you're up in the McDowells, the Four Peaks, Thompson Peak, something like that. Rio Verde, it's not out of the question. You could see a few snowflakes on Sunday evening or Sunday night as this system is moving out. But it's one of those where the real cold air is going to be chasing the moisture. And so it wouldn't be an accumulating snow, wouldn't be anything significant, but it is possible. And it's always a big deal around here whenever we talk about snow chances. And there is an outside chance of a snowflake Sunday night. Otherwise, though, it's going to be a cold night. Lows are going to get down to the upper 20s. And there is a possibility you might need to cover your plants Thursday night, Friday morning, or Friday night, Saturday morning. But I think Sunday night, Monday morning, for at least a good portion outside of the downtown and the urban core, the center of that urban heat island, I would say go ahead and do so. Lows upper 30s or upper 20s to mid 30s. And that's going to leave us with a cold day on Monday. Highs upper 40s to mid 50s in the backside of this system. And again, with drier air coming in Monday night, Tuesday morning, this should be the coldest night of the period. The National Weather Service may issue some sort of a freeze watch out here at some point. And lows will get down in the mid-20s to low 30s. It just doesn't get that cold here in Phoenix much anymore. I mean, longtime residents of the Phoenix area, freezing temperatures were a fairly regular part of the winter. It happened several times, if not more, in December, January, February, maybe even into March. But, you know, with urbanization and the change in this climate that we've been experiencing the last 50 or 60 years, that just does not happen much here in Phoenix, but it's a possibility for Monday night and certainly on Tuesday morning. So be aware of that. And then Tuesday will still be a cool day with highs probably just sneaking up into the mid-50s. Right, here's a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 10th. Broad troughing will continue over the western states, and that's going to result in temperatures below average. Now, the configuration of this trough, as it's shown here, would keep us dry in Phoenix, but cool, with highs again staying about 10 degrees below average, if that's right. And then going out 10 days, this is Friday the 12th. And again, we have seen a plethora of solutions out here for the end of next week. This run of the GFS shows a very deep, cold upper low over the Pacific Northwest that may drop eventually southward here into the southwest U.S. and give us another bout of really cold temperatures, but not much in terms of precipitation chances. Either way, the general takeaway, the trend I would look for here is much of next week we'll see below average temperatures to continue, and maybe some scant precipitation chances at some point. All right, let's take a look at precipitation. Rainfall here for Phoenix. This is coming off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 17th of January. And, I mean, the control member is up over an inch. But that's interesting. But the mean is obviously much less than that, about a half an inch. European mean is only about a quarter of an inch. The GFS is obviously the more optimistic. And, you know, it's interesting because normally the European is the more wet-biased model suite here in the ensemble, but not the case here. And just for the heck of it, because people ask for this from time to time, let's show you this. This is the snow output coming from the European ensemble, again, out through the 17th. And if you are looking for snow in Phoenix, you're a tortured soul because you very rarely find it. But I will tell you, about 11 of the 51 members have snow. This is at Sky Harbor Airport. Now, I was looking at the ensemble. I didn't prepare the graphic, but I was looking at the ensemble output for Scottsdale Airport. You got 24 of the 51 members. So, there's a chance for the outlying valley locations we could see a little bit of light snow. And temperatures off the national blend of models, we're going to keep it, near normal today, but then below average for the rest of the period. And I'd say, and then you got 34 for the low here, it shows for Tuesday morning. Again, and that's at Sky Harbor. And I think many of us will be down in the mid-20s to low 30s. And I would say, again, on Monday, maybe the high isn't even nearly that warm. We may just struggle to make it to the low 50s. We'll have to see how this system plays out. We'll know a little bit more as we get closer. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video, it's due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. Also, if you enjoy what we do here and you want to support us monetarily, then I say go ahead and click that little thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those monetary contributions. $2, $5, $5,000. It all helps in the furtherance of this channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please, if you want to help us out, go ahead and do that. By the way, that's live video that you're looking at behind me. You can see the clouds are beginning to really roll in here. So clouds are increasing right now. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, the proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. I'm talking about my Michelle. So check her out and also check out her travel videos, chronicling her trips to the Philippines. We're going to leave those linked in the description to the video. We're going to leave those up for quite a while. There's part 1, part 2. Eventually there will be a part 3. Part 1, she's going, she's in Angeles City. Part 2, she's in Boracay. Part 3, Manila. So again, go ahead and check all of that out. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, really, sincerely, it is so greatly appreciated. And you guys be safe and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Wednesday.